Joe, what's up my fellow Jembos and welcome to another video. We're here with the Squad Busters Tier List 2024 December Gem Hunt exclusive. Alright, so let's get into this. This is after our new balance changes and this is up to the super level. Free to play friendly, super level, level 3. This is what we're basing this tier list off of. Archer. Solid troop overall, average stats. Honestly, we're going to throw her in B tier. You can pick her at any time. Her AoE is really good overall, and she's a really good troop. Archer Queen, she did get her attack speed nerfed along Barbarian King on how much they boost the attack speed of the squad, but in all reality, she's still an S tier troop to pick, and there's no doubt about that in my mind. Bandit. Honestly, at level 3, she's an okay troop. She's good in her game modes, but with the game modes where there's plenty of gems, she can easily get overpowered, and she's honestly just alright. I put her in C, but at ultimate form, she's an S tier troop, but we'll throw her in C or B. We'll throw her in C. She might get boosted, but actually, damage was buffed and health was buffed. We'll throw her in B. We'll throw her in B. Barbarian King. Same reason as Archer. S tier troop here. Literally, like, best troop. Barbarian. Honestly, an average troop. No really downsides. He's just average. He's pretty good. Melee troop. Can become elite. At level 3, he's kind of alright. Actually, at level 3, he doesn't have his enraged. I'm going to throw him in C compared to these other troops because his level 3, his level 4, and his level 5 is broken. His level 4 is kind of needed for me really good. So we're going to drop him in C compared to these other troops. Battle Healer. Okay, this girl. She's good. But I don't know if I'd say Barbarian King and Archer Queen level. She increases the max health of your squad by 600 at level 3, which is pretty good. And her level 4 doesn't really do anything. Her ultimate tier doesn't really do anything. So, I might drop her in A here. Yeah, I'm going to drop her in A. Good troop overall. She's really good. Like, literally the best healer in the game. But she's an epic, so that's reasonable. B. Honestly, B's kinda for Gem Hunt. She's alright. She's good, but only against certain comps and on her maps. Because if the bees are in the middle, or depending what you're trying to do, if you're trying to be that's the problem with troops like Tank and B. If the map has the things on the outside and you're trying to be a core inner battler or attacker, you're not gonna have a fun time trying to get those, and they'll get around. So we're gonna throw her in B. We'll throw her in B. She's B for B. She's alright. Bo, low key. Bo isn't terrible now. He's not horrendous. He's not. If you pick Bo, pick him on the really dense mob modifiers or pick him on the Night Yard Graveyard map. That is the only reason why you pick Bo. D tier. D tier. Not F tier, D tier. I'll throw him in D tier. He's not the worst troop. He can be used in his scenarios. Very few, but he can be used. I'll throw him in D. Chicken. Honestly, a pretty alright troop. In Gem Hunt, you don't need him as much. You get a lot of boots. But he has his use cases. I'll throw him in C along with Barbarian. No. Corner Roughs. For those who don't know, this troop is absolutely dumb broken. Even at his level 1 form is broken because by picking this guy, you get the equivalent of 3 troops, which is just broken by itself. I'm not even sure what they were thinking with this guy. And his level 3 upgrade is also freaking nutty too. Like, it increases the damage, I think it was, or the health of your troops, of your fusions, to make them even more tanky. This guy is broken, even more broken than these two, I'd say, by far. Like, if I you know, actually, there we go. Much better. Colt. Honestly, a alright troop. He's alright. His HP is a little low, but they did end up buffing HP and damage of most troops during this patch. So, he honestly isn't the worst. So, we're going to throw him in. We'll throw him in B tier. Low B tier. He's on the verge of C tier, but he's still alright. He can be used in his scenarios. Dr. T. Instant F. Let me just say something. Every troop in here was it buffed of their damage and HP, except Dr. T and Royale King. I'm not sure what they're doing. That's the main reason I put Bo in D. because they ignored, they did not buff their health or damage for, I don't know why, but they apparently just really hate these characters. Okay, but for those who don't know, Dr. T is straight hot garbage, and do not pick this guy unless it's Showdown, that of the new game mode, which I'll make a tier list on soon, which you'll be surprised by it when you see him. Really, he's trash in almost every scenario. Maybe you could find the use of him in like some really hard maps, like, but not really. Only thing is like maybe Angry Vines, you'll be able to use him. But otherwise, hot garbage. Do not pick this troop. Dynamite, pretty alright troop. Actually, I say alright, but he's pretty goddamn good. I'm not gonna lie. He used to be like D tier. Everyone like said this troop sucked, but he got some buffs and he's kind of good. I say A tier level. For a rare troop, he does some nasty AoE. If you can get like 2 fused dynamites, he is a force to be reckoned with. A tier. El Primo, honestly, C tier. He's no, yeah, low C tier. He's a tank. He's an early tank, the only early tank, and common tank. He's all right. His elbow drop is pretty good, but I would not pick El Primo usually over like these troops up here. Or like, I'd pick a Colt over an El Primo any day of the week. I'd pick an Archer over El Primo. He's just kind of there. If you need an early tank, he's there for you. But if you don't, then pick a rare tank. Or pick literally any other tank. He's not the best. Alita 1. She's good. Yeah, she's good. Does nutty damage. Pretty sure more than Colt. And like, well, when you're holding her turbo, I should say. When holding her turbo, she like triples her damage, which is nasty. And she lets you at level 3, which we're doing level 3, so I guess we'll count it. She decreases how much turbo you spend, which is insane if you don't have a hog in your strat or you don't have any speedsters. She is a perfect replacement for those speedsters. Like, I kid you not, she's come in clutch so many times. If you get her like in the second stage with the gold chests, or if you get her first off, she's amazing at the beginning too. Frank, I hate to do this, but at level 3, especially without his even super shockwave ability, he's not the greatest. He's a tank with AoE, which is interesting, but he's kind of lackluster. Debating on putting him in D tier with, I don't want to, but I'd take an El Primo over a Frank. Yeah, solid D tier. Sorry, Frank. You're better than Bodo. Don't worry, bud. Goblin, at level 3. I'll be honest, C tier. Honestly, low C. Nope. Low C tier. I want to put him in D tier, but we're not gonna. We're gonna stay really low C tier. Goblin is... No, I lied. We're putting him in D tier. Goblin is not the best troop unless it's doppelganger. If it's doppelgangers, whoop. But if it's not doppelgangers, down here. He's just not good. He gives you coins, and you're better off picking a barbarian. I'm gonna be honest. Just pick a barbarian if you see a goblin. It's not worth it. If you don't have barbarian, then get literally any other melee troop if you need melee. Like Greg. Now, Greg is a supplier, which automatically makes him okay, pretty good in most things, scenarios, especially with maps that are lacking coins or resources. He's pretty solid. I put him in at level 3. At level 3, I put him in a solid, like, A tier. He's a good troop. Yeah, I will drop him in A. He's a good troop. Actually, we'll throw him in now. We'll throw him in B. He's a really good troop, though. Top of B. Good in most scenarios. You're never really wrong with going with the Greg, especially since there's trees in the middle. It's never a bad situation. So, yeah. Heavy. Low key, there's a hot take. D, borderline F tier. He is straight a Colt, but worse in every way possible. This guy needs some type of rework, I dare say, because he has a lot of HP, cool, which Colt doesn't. But like, you need to stand still for him to do any damage, which is a big problem in a game with like Squad Busters where we have to move 24/7 to play the game. So, you know, that's a little awkward. So, D tier. Hog Rider. It's Hog. Actually, I should specify, he did get a nerf this update that made it so when going over vines, he can't get extra turbo, which actually is kind of a substantial nerf because if you always play the ring, Hog actually will feel like a B, maybe even C tier troop. But if you play the mid, the core, he'll feel the exact same broken. So it's debatable. I'd say still S, but maybe in the middle of these two. Ice Wiz. Unstoppable, just good in every scenario. Has that ice spell, just freezes everything. He's just good. He's good. I dare say better than Archer Queen. He's a good troop. Like, honestly, I'm gonna keep a stack with you. He's a good troop. Honestly, he's just good. He can freeze. His attack freezes. It slows the enemies. He's good. Just never a bad pick. Jessie. We'll throw her in. She's good damage. Low A tier. Yeah, I'll throw in low A tier. One of the best rare troops to pick compared to all the others. And her turrets can be used in such a strategic manner. And you just spam them all down if you wanted to too. Like, she's kind of nutty in her game modes that she is useful in. Leon. Insane damage output. The fact that it does 300 damage is still baffling to me. But his invisibility spell isn't as good as you'd expect. And I find myself slowly just not picking Leon that much at all anymore. So we'll drop him in B. He's not bad. No, nowhere near bad. He's not bad. He's just not the greatest either. Mavis, for level 3, right next to Greg, but below, like, some of these. I want to put her higher, but I can't because her level 3 isn't that good. Her level 4 is where it's at. I have her level 4, and let me just say, her level 4, I'd put her close to S, if not top of A tier. Her level 4 is nutty, but at level 3, she just does healing. She does get extra crop, basically what Greg does, but not in the middle. If you're playing Ring, pick her over Greg, but if you're not, then don't. So yeah. Max. Borderline S tier, but Hog does, but at level 3 though? At level 3, I should say at level 3, yeah, honestly, at level 3, Max is an S tier troop. Max gets you around faster. She's basically, if you have enough maxes, you can basically replace Hog. Honestly, she's good. Like, she's good troop, good epic. I would pick her over, like, a lot of these epics here. Sometimes. It depends on the scenario, but most of the times I would prefer Max over, like, an Alita or Battle Healer. So that's where she's gonna go. Medic. Alright, there's a lot of mixed opinions on this guy, but in my consensus is he's alright. He's not bad, he's not good, he's alright. B tier. Actually, C tier. I do like to have a medic in my squad, and the passive heals aren't bad. It's just that, like, I find myself just feeling like he's a little lackluster, but he's not the worst. Minor. This guy, skill cap is insane. I can't even master this guy. This guy is goated. We're going to throw him in A tier. Just because he is a constant stun that you use whenever you want. At level 3, his eruptions aren't as good. So we're actually going to put him at A tier. But he's still a very good troop to use, and I would suggest using it. Mortis, B tier, only because he's literally the one troop on here I can't rank reasonably. Because on certain maps, he's quite literally better than Russ. Actually, that's a lie. Better than Barbarian King. I did not know, not better than Russ. But on other maps, like Lava World, he is straight buns, and you should never pick him ever. So I don't know where to put him. We're going to put him B tier because he can be literally, he could be down here with Dr. T, or he could be up here with Barbarian King. So really, he could be anywhere. So we'll throw him in B. Nita. Genuinely, she got a health buff to her bear and a damage buff, and she, low-key, I've been using her a lot, and I dare say she's moved up to the A tier, like next to like Jessie. I find myself wanting to pick Anita even more now thanks to her buffs, and low-key, I'd pick her over Jessie sometimes, over like these other rares like Bandit. I end up picking her over Bandit. I end up picking her over B. Nita actually is getting back in the meta. I'm just going to say that. Optimus Prime. Has he fallen off? No, he hasn't. I'm lying to you. He has not fallen off at all. Optimus Prime is still the best tank by far in the game, other than Barbarian King. But he's an absolutely amazing troop. Just really tanky, heals your squad. There's nothing wrong about this troop. Pam. I'll throw her here with Medic. Slightly better. She's good in her niches, but she's not that good overall. She's like medic, but more concentrated and used for the core, the center, and medic can be used for like more like the ring, if you need just passive heals. They both do the same roles, but like battle healer just does what they do, but simply better. So, I mean, yeah, it's kind of unfortunate. Penny, low key, Penny's underrated. At level 3, she's actually kind of mid, but her level 4 is really good. But at level 3, I see myself picking a Penny a decent amount. I pick Bandit over her, but not over B. I put her right here. She's average. I'd say her maps are really good in the last minute, and she's overall a really solid troop. Poco, high B tier, not battle hero level, but he is a good healer. He is a good healer, especially with that damage up they added too. He's like top of B tier. Every time he busts a foe, he heals a squad, and he has a super attack too that pierces too and heals. This guy's level 3 is devious, I'll to say the least. And yeah, I'd say he's definitely better than these two, but not as good as battle healer. Royale King, sorry buddy, you're going with D tier. Now the question is, who's worse? Yeah, Dr. T. Royale King has slightly more niches than him. But, like I said, wait for my other tier list, and you are going to see something kind of crazy. But, for now, not Ruffs, he's going in the F tier with Dr. T, and it's not even close. Like, them two versus Heavy, it's a decent gap, but honestly, they're so bad. Shelly, she's an average troop. She has a good knockback. I find myself picking a Shelly just automatically without even thinking. Although, I usually debate between the Archer and Shelly depending on what type of place I want to go. But overall, most of the time you can pick a Shelly over an Archer. But depending on what you're trying to run, she's honestly the definition of a basic, average, good troop. I'd say she's pretty solid. Tank, she's fallen off. She used to be like an S tier troop in my opinion. But low-key, she's still an A tier troop, but she's not that good. I'd put her at bottom of A. Maybe like... For a tank, I'd pick Need over her now. I'm just saying, I'd pick Need over her. She's honestly fallen off in the meta. I'd say, because of her positions like B, she's not as good anymore. Trader, not most controversial, but very controversial troop on if he's good. You got people saying he's borderline literal like Ruffs tier. You got people saying he's D tier because he's so vulnerable. They have actually buffed the HP of most troops in this game to a level where, and damage to where busting squads actually may be more beneficial than farming. So I'm not 1,000% sure. I haven't analyzed the meta enough, but from what I've seen, yeah, no, he's still S tier. Maybe not top of S tier. I'd say I'd pick him over Max. I'd pick him over him, but not over Archer Queen. He is good. Like, there's no way around it. He's a physically broken character level 3. That instant from 2 to 3 gems, it is broken. Like, he is still one of the best troops in the game. Now, I need to analyze the meta a bit more. There is a chance that, like, this busing squad thing could get out of hand, and every time you pick a trade, you get jumped. But from what I've played so far, he's still broken, and having 1 or 2 fuse traders won't hinder you too much in the long run, and just get you so much value, so... Genuinely, still S tier, one of the best troops in the game. No doubt about it. Best common by far. Alright, we got... What do we got here? We got Witch. Witch is epic, which confuses me. Because I agree with Sir Class. If you've seen his videos, some of them say that Witch should be a rare troop. And I couldn't agree more. She is a really basic epic troop. Like, I don't know why she's in the epic rarity. I would personally put her in rare. But... As an epic troop, sorry, you're going in like C or D. As an epic troop, I would genuinely never, and I mean never, you will not catch me picking a witch. You won't. It's just the truth. You will not catch me picking a witch. If I pick a witch, either A, I'm crazy, or B, I'm crazy. Like, here's what my other options need to be if I'm picking a witch. Dr. T, Royale King, Leon, or Mortis, and the map is trash. Like, literally, those are need my other options, and then I'll pick witch. That is how mid she is. She's not D tier. She's for an epic troop, she's not very good. For an epic troop, she's not very good. I actually picked the healers over her. I picked Primo over her. Maybe not these guys though. That's a stretch. But honestly, it's just the truth. Wizard, honestly, I dare say A tier troop. My gut's telling me yes, but my heart's telling me no. But honestly, Wizard is a solid troop overall. He does that second spell slot really carries him at that level 3. His level 4 isn't even necessary, really. He's kind of reached his max potential level 3. Genuinely gives you a spell too. I'll throw him in above tank A tier. But above minor too. Alright, time for some final readjustments. And that right there is the official tier list. Take your screenshots if you want to. And that right there, people, will do the Gem Hunt tier list of 2024 with these new balance changes. Honestly, this tier list isn't too much different from others, but I will say a few things have affected rankings a bit, but I'd say overall this is what we have, and we'll see what happens in the next balance changes. This is Jimmy YT, and I'll see y'all later for another video. Bye-bye.